Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Angel from Simply Angel Tia. In this video we're gonna be working on a very simple project. It's just a simple mesh bolero that we're gonna be doing really fast. It works really fast. You can literally spend a couple of hours of your day to have this finished. Yeah, you can use it as a bikini top cover, or you can just use it as something you can wear on top of your tank top or t-shirt or something like that. But this is what we're gonna be working on. Very simple. I will go ahead and show you all the materials you need. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, before we get started, I'm going to show you the materials that I'm using for this bolero or shrug. And as you can see here, I have my yarn. This is just black in color, or color number 585. It's from Azurite by Timmins, 100% acrylic. And these here, it's 50 grams give and take, or 140 meters give and take. It's a lightweight number 3, and recommended hook size is 3.5 to 4 millimeter crochet hook. So I'm using just the black for the bolero today. Okay, I have my hook that I will be using, which is a 5 millimeter crochet hook, or H8 US. Just a preference, you can use what is recommended. I often end up just using the 5. I have my scissors here, my darning needle, some stitch markers in case you need them, and you will actually need them, not in case you would need some. So get some ready, and then you have your tape measure to be able to determine your size. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovelies, so to get this project started, I'm just gonna explain how you do it first, or how to start it at least, because I'm gonna be showing it to you guys in a sample form. So the first thing that I will do is, or you will do, is try to take your tape measure and measure yourself or the person you're making this bolero for. And how you do it is you just stretch your arms really wide apart, just like you're doing a cross, and then have somebody help you measure from your wrist to the other wrist on the other side. So just really stretch it out and then do that. And now when you get that measurement, make sure you add, let's say, 2 to 3 inches on each side, because when you spread your arms like that, it's only if you wear something and your arms are stretched like that, but when you bring it down, it actually reduces the length of it a little bit. So I would say add 2 to 3 inches on each side. Okay, so let's say it's 60 inches from wrist to wrist. If you spread your arms around across, then you will make sure you do about 64 inches or 66 inches, something like that. Okay, so when that's done, then you go ahead and do your chain that corresponds with that number, or with that number of inches. Okay, so for example, mine is 60. So what I did was I did a chain that was 64. Okay, so 64 inches when I stretch it out. Now for me to do it to you in a sample form, I'm just going to do, let's say, a chain of 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. And I'm just gonna bring the one panel that I've completed into the video here. 1 second. Just so you can see what I'm actually talking about. So this is my one panel that I have completed already. And this is what we're doing. We're just doing a mesh project like this. And that is the length of it. So when I show you the sample here, I'm just showing you how to do a small sample on how to complete the big one. And then you're going to go ahead and complete, obviously, the length and the size that you're looking for. Anyway, so I do my chain of 40. And then what I will do is I will do add a 3 for working chain. So 1, 2, 3, and that's gonna be how I start. And then in that 4th chain, I'm gonna yarn over, and I'm gonna go in the back of that and complete a double crochet. If I can get to it. Okay, let's start over. Okay, let's go like this. So to work in the back of the chain can be a little bit difficult, but you just find your way. Okay, so this chain 3 that I had left, it's the first 2 chains counts as a double crochet. plus the third chain counts as a chain 1. Okay, and then I'm going to do a chain of 1, and then I'm going to skip this stitch, and in the next stitch right here I'm going to go ahead and do a double crochet, just like that, and then chain 1, skip this stitch, in the next stitch do a double crochet. Okay, chain 1, skip this stitch, in the next stitch do a double crochet. You're gonna do this all across until you get to the end of your chain. So for me, I did about 60 no, sorry, I did about 196 196 chains. So I have to go through 196 chains to do this. Okay, so for you, you're gonna go ahead and do however many chains that you're doing. Sorry, however many I guess you go through however many chains you started with until you get to the end. And when you get to the end, come back to the video and I will show you how to start the next row, which is going to be our repeat row. It's a very simple project. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have completed my first row of the mesh here. So as you can see, that's how your complete work would look like for the first row. Okay, and then again, because it's a really simple project, you're gonna start each row by doing a chain of 3. So 1, 2, 3, and this always counts as a double crochet plus a chain 1, and then you will turn. You will skip the chain 1 that is here, and right on top of the double crochet you're going to complete a double crochet. Okay, and then chain 1, skip these chain 1 spot, and on top of the double crochet do a double crochet, chain 1, skip this the space, and then go to the top of the double crochet and do a double crochet, chain 1, and then you just continue this. This is literally your repeat until you have the length that you're looking for. So I'm gonna just show you how to do this to the end, just so you know how to do the final stitch for those of you who are beginners. Okay, for those of you who are intermediate and advanced, you probably know how to finish it off, but I'm gonna show those who are beginners. So, and then what you will do is you will just work these until you have the number of rows that you need for the length, or the how far down you want your bolero to come and on your in your chest. Like, it's gonna obviously go around your neck, and then how far down do you want it to go. For mine, I'm gonna make it so that it doesn't go too far. It's gonna pretty much kind of sit on my bust with what I have a bikini on, because it's a bikini cover as well as a bolero. So if you put these on or with a tank top underneath or whatever, it will just sit right on your bust, as you have seen in the photos here at the beginning of the video. Okay, so that is the point. If you're looking to make it larger or longer, then you will continue to work your stitches until you have it to the length that you want. Okay, so this is pretty much all you need to do, is just see how long you want it, and it's easy. You don't even have to measure much. You just have to keep putting it against your chest, especially because you're gonna kind of rely more on the front panel to see how it looks, and then you just do a duplicate for the back panel. Okay, so I'm coming to the end here. So as you can see, I do my double crochet there after I do my chain 1, and then I will do a chain 1, and this is the chain 3 that we started with. So I'm gonna go on top of that chain 3 and complete my final double crochet there, like that. It's gonna look like this for this row. Okay, it's just something like that, and then you will do a chain 3 and turn, and then repeat, and then you're gonna go all the way. You will do a double crochet here, chain 1, and then do a double crochet on the second chain from the bottom. Okay, and then you will repeat that again. So with that said, so I'm gonna put this away, which is a sample just to show you how to do the main. So this is my first panel that I have completed. When I finished, I just cut my yarn with a long chain hanging, so I can use that to sew, because we're gonna put the 2 panels together, section out our neckline and the bottom, and then we're gonna be able to join the top and the bottom. Okay, but I leave that here so that I can actually use it to join. So you can do the same, or you could just do however you usually do in terms of just not having to leave yarn out. So for the first one here, I did 12 rows. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I did 12 rows, and I put this against my chest, and it just lays exactly where I wanted it to lay. but just for the sake of measuring, it's about 6 inches. Okay, so it goes 6 inches, drops it 6 inches down. You can always increase this if you decide that maybe it's a little bit too short. You can undo the bottom part of it and then just increase each panel down a little bit and then rejoin it back again. But this is what you're going to be working on. This is one of my panels completed. I'm going to put it away. It looks a little bit too short right now. I may have to increase the sleeves, where the sleeves are going to go, but I don't know yet. So what I will do is I will finish the second panel, and then I will probably join each side the way we're gonna join it. And if it's too, and I'm gonna try it on, and if it's too short on the sleeves and I want it to go a little bit further, I will come back and show you how to join that, but how to increase that in the on the sleeves. But for now, just do the first one as I'm working on my second one, but you're gonna be working on both. You're gonna do the first panel and then just repeat the first panel and do the exact same way as you did the first panel for the second one. And then when you have both of them, come back to the video and I'll come and show you what to do for the next step for the project. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, I've gone ahead and completed my second panel. So as you can see, this is my first one that we did here, and then this is my second. So with having both of them done, what I did while I was still off camera was I just kind of measured out how much of the neckline I want, and I put stitch markers on it. What I often do is when I'm trying to section up my neckline, I do it a little bit wider than I think I need, so that I can, when I'm done everything, I go and put it on and see how it looks. And if it doesn't look, or it looks too wide or too short, I can undo a little bit, or I can just sew a little bit more in. So this is why it looks like that. It's about 16 inches. So I will leave it like that for now. And then we will do the exact same. So we will match the joining for the bottom as well, but we will do the top first, okay? So if I start on this side here, so what I did was I wanted my 16 inches in the middle. And so what I did was, and I measured exactly how I want it to go. So this will actually go, this will be over one shoulder, this will be over one shoulder. So it's going to be wide enough that I can actually pull it down lower, and it can go kind of across the upper part of my chest like this. And so that's why I left it wide like this at 16 inches as opposed to like something where it's a little bit too narrow on top. But I don't know, I may do it differently when I try it on and see how it looks. I may change my mind. So what I did was I counted out 30 of these holes here. So it just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, all the way to 30. So this is number 30. And then I just lined it up with the other side, and then I put a stitch marker on the 30th hole. So this is 30. And then what I did was I just matched it exactly on the other side. So I did exactly 30 as well. And then I put my stitch marker. Okay. And so how to join? So what I did was I have this panel that I left the hanging yarn, and then the second panel have the hanging yarn on the other side. So this will be used to join the top here, and whatever yarn is left, I just bring it down. I count the 30 underneath as well, and I do the same, and then I do the same on this side. Okay, so I will show you quickly how to join, or at least how to start it, and then I will have you guys complete the joining for both the top and the bottom before we try it on and see if we need to adjust anything, if we need to make the sleeves longer, whatever the case is. So, but for now, I'm gonna just show you how to join it, okay? So, and when you join the mesh like this, it's very easy because you just have to make sure you're keeping them very nice and even. And so I will start here. So I'll go on top of that very first stitch. And here, this is the side that has a chain of 3. So I'm gonna go 1, 2, and 3. So this is my my second chain. And on that second chain, I'm gonna go ahead and just put that in, and I'm gonna go again into that same stitch. Let me just make sure here. Yeah, into that same stitch like that, and then pull again. It just makes it so that it's steady there. And then what I do is, instead of going into this hole here to do, I hope I'm on camera here. Instead of going underneath here, I'm gonna just kind of grab a stitch on top like this, and then pull that through. And then I have a stitch that is of the double crochet, so I'm gonna go on top of the double crochet and on top of the double crochet on the other side, and pull that through. And I don't pull it too much because I don't want it to be wrinkled up. And then I just go into the middle where the chain 1 is, and I pull that through, and then I go through to the double crochet row and then double crochet stitch and do that, and then I just continue doing that all the way to where the stitch marker is. So I will join, and my very last one will be on the double crochet that is on the left side of the stitch marker, and then I will stop there. So I will do until I get there, and I'll come back to the video to show you how it looks like, and then I will just explain how we do the rest of it, and then yeah, we will move on from there. So I will see you guys when you get to the stitch marker here. Okay, my lovelies, so I have just joined the top part of the bolero here. So as you can see, this is where my stitch marker is. This is the last stitch I did, which is right on top of this double crochet. So I'm gonna just remove that because we're gonna do our last one right on top of the other double crochet on the other side. So I remove that, and then I just do what I did throughout. I go into the middle part here where the chain one was, and then I go on top of that chain two, which is the last one, or the final double crochet. So I do it once, and I do it one more time. This time I will bring my yarn around like this to just kind of simulate a slip stitch, and then I'm gonna leave it and remove my darning needle, but I'm gonna leave this here in case I need to make any changes. So if I need to remove or kind of continue joining a little bit more, then I will just pick up where I left off here. Okay, so with that said, so this is how it looks like. So this is the top, and what I do is I just kind of play with it a little bit, just make it a little bit nice and flat. This is gonna be the inside though, because when we're done joining everything, we're gonna flip it, and then this is gonna be the outside of what shows when you put on your bolero or your shrug. Okay, so this side is done. I'm gonna move on to the other side and do the same, exactly the same thing. So I'm gonna work my joining. Oops, let me just not lose this here. I'm gonna work my joining until I do the last one, the very last one here, and then what I will do is I will count out 30 holes on the bottom, do the same, and on the opposite do the exact same. And then when I have joined the top bottom, I will come back to the video. I will try it on. To make sure my neckline is correct. If it's not, then I'll come back and talk to you guys about adjustment, whether it's to remove some stitches or how to increase the sewing. But for now, just do all the 4 sides, and then when you have joined the 4 sections, come back to the video and I will move on with you from there. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and joined all my sides here. So what I did was I actually had to bring in the neckline and the bottom a little bit. So I had 16 inches, which was a little too wide. I put it on and it was literally just falling off my sides. So I decided to bring that in a little bit. So now I'm at 14. Okay, so I just kind of brought in a couple this way and a couple that way. And now I'm at 14 inches. And then and this is the bottom, by the way. And then for the top, sorry, it's actually the top that I'm at 12 inches because I wanted the top to be a little bit narrower. And the bottom still have to be a little bit wider because of my, these have to go through my torso. Like my torso have to be able to fit here. Okay, so that adjustment I did after trying it on. So obviously you will need to go ahead and do the same, try it on, and then adjust based on how wide you want it to be and how anyways, yeah, you just pretty much how you want it to fit. Okay, so the first thing, and then also for the sleeves, it was a little bit short, so it was coming up to here on my sleeves, and I don't want it to be that short. I want it to go all the way here. So I'll increase it by, let's say, 4 to 6 inches on each of the sleeves so that I don't have to have them kind of like that short on my sleeves, okay? So the first thing that I will do is I will flip it inside out, or the right side out, because as I was saying earlier, the way we join it is gonna be the outside or the inside, and then where the inside was will turn into our outside. So just like this. So I will show you how to start by increasing the sleeves first, and then when we finish that, I will show you how to do a border here. We'll do like maybe 1 row here, 1 row in the bottom, just to make it a little bit neater and nicer. But for the sleeves, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that right now. So this is where we started joining our work here, so I can just go ahead and get started here. Okay, so I will grab my yarn, and this is only if you're trying to increase. If you're not increasing at all, you don't have to do any increasing. So this is only if you're going to be increasing. And actually thinking back now, maybe I don't even have to do anything for the top. So that's also an option for you. If you don't want to do anything for the top or the bottom, you don't have to do anything. But anyway, so I have my yarn here. I'm going to do a slip knot. Just like that. Remove that. Go into the middle here. Just right into the middle of where we joined it here. Just try to find a way to go in. And then bring that loop through. Like that. Oopsie. Bring that loop through, and then do your chain of 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then what I will do is I will skip. So this counts as a double crochet plus chain 1. Then I'm just going to go on top of that stitch here and complete my double crochet. Chain 1, go on top of this stitch here and do a double crochet. Chain 1, go on top of this stitch here and do a double crochet. And then I just do these all around the sleeve here. And that way, what I'm doing here to increase the length of the sleeves is I'm actually just matching it up to these lines here so that it continuously stays the same as the same pattern. Okay, so I will do this all around until I come back to where we started off here. So do the same when you get to here. Come back, I will show you how to start the second row, and then I will have you guys work the rest of it, and I will explain how to do the second side as well, which is the same. And then you will come back when you have increased your sleeves on both sides. Okay, so let me meet you when you get right here so I can show you how to start the second row. Okay, my lovelies, so I have completed the first row of the increase here. So as you can see, I'm back to where we started here. So I did my double crochet on top of this, so I'm gonna do a chain 1, and then I'm gonna slip stitch on top of that chain 2 that we started the row with, just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna chain 3, and then I'm gonna go on top of this stitch here to do my first double crochet. There you go. And then chain 1, and then skip over to the top of the double crochet from previously, chain 1, and then go on top of the double crochet from the previous, chain 1, and then just continue this again all around. So as you can see, this is how it would look like. When you come here, you will do your last double crochet here, and then chain 1, slip stitch on top of this chain 3, and then just start and then continue this until you have the length that you want. Like I said, I'm going to increase by probably 4 to 6 inches. And then when I finish that, I will move my yarn over to the opposite side. Do the same. Make sure you do the same number of stitches or rows on this side as well. And then come back. I will decide if I want to do like another or like a neckline here, or just leave it the way it is. It looked like it could also just be good if it just kind of looks like that, but I don't know yet. So I will, when I increase my sleeves, I will try it on again to see how it looks, and then if I need to increase that, I will come back and show you how to do it. Okay, but for now, just finish increasing your sleeves and then come back to the video. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and increased the sleeves here. So as you can see, this is what I increased it by. It's about 6 inches from here to here, and that is now fitting my size just perfectly. So obviously I did the other side as well just to match it up, and it just so happened that by doing this here, I kind of snatched it in a little bit more than the body of the sleeve here, which is awesome. And as you can see, I chose not to do anything with the neckline here, so I want to leave it like this is enough. It's just a tiny bit over my shoulders, and then the top part of, or the bottom part of it, is where it's gonna wrap around my body, and it's nice. It hugs my body, so that is awesome. So I'm gonna not do anything else from here. So this is where we're gonna end the video. Thank you so much for watching it to the end. I hope you enjoyed this. This is obviously something you can easily wear with a black bikini top or something like that. And if you have any bikini bottoms that are mesh that you have made, bikini cover bottoms that you have made that are mesh, then you can match it up with this for when you're on the beach, at the beach, or you can just simply wear this when you are going out on a mild night with a tank top underneath. This is gonna look really nice just to kind of throw on top. Okay, keep you a little bit of warmth. But this is it here. We're gonna end the video here. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and share, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.